Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sharon, aka the Melanin Nostalgic Runner, and today we're doing another Get Fit With Me series yoga edition, and this is through Black Yogi Nika Marie. Y'all already know. This video actually came out about less than 24 hours ago, so 21 minutes ago according to YouTube. And about time this comes out, though, it's going to be buried in the algorithm, because for those who don't know or have not known, I have been cranking out these yoga videos because I finally found a rhythm where I do 2 to 3 yoga routines a day when I film, and then I just put them out there. So I'm so far ahead of it that about time this comes out, it's probably gonna be buried in the algorithms. And at that point, I'll probably be doing the 30-day yoga challenge that she has going on in January. And I'll probably be doubling that up because it's not gonna be just her that has a 30-day challenge. Yoga with Adrienne has it too. So for those who can't get enough of the yoga, just a warning. In January, you're going to get all the yoga. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be reviewing other people's contents outside of them too, because they do a full challenge. And that is what has got me reintroduced to yoga, was the 30-day challenges. So that's going to be my focus for January. I just kind of wanted to say that ahead of time, that I wanted to do Adrienne's yoga with Adrienne's, and I'm going to do Black Yogi Nika Marie's 30-day challenge, because they're both going to be happening at the same time. And I may not film all of them. I might do what I did back in June when Black Nika Marie had one in June, where I kind of, filmed 3 times a week with it. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do it yet, but just stay tuned for that. I wanted to just kind of put that out there. But this routine, the one that we're going to be doing fairly soon, is yoga for being in the moment. It's a 20-minute practice, quick and easy. This one, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I'm actually going to post this one sooner rather than later. This one might be still in the December algorithms, which is perfect. So that way you know what to expect in January. Like I said, I just been so far advanced in making sure the content's out there, because the worst feeling is for me to feel behind and feel like I need to catch up and feel like I have pressure that I need to keep producing content. And right now, because I'm so far ahead, there's no pressure. So I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So in today's practice, we are going to start in a comfortable seated position, and we're going to start with the Ujjayi breath, where we breathe in through our nose and breathe out through our mouth. And once we get in touch with our breath, then we are going to then switch over to rotating a little bit of our neck to our right, and then rotating our neck to our left. And by the way, the comfortable, whatever seated position you like, you can start with. I started with cross-legged position. She, in the practice, started in a kneeling position. So whichever works for you today. After we do that rotation with our neck on both sides, we then are going to do a gentle twist first to the right in the seated position. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, gentle twist to the left before we make our way into our first tabletop position. And once we are in our tabletop position, we are going to do a cat-cow pose, but it's going to be a different variation of it. The cat is going to be and we're doing it with our breath. So we're going to be breathing in when in the cat pose, and then exhaling in the cow pose. With that cow pose, we're going to transition into an extended child's pose. So you want to have in the tabletop position your legs wider than normal in order to get into the extended child's pose. And we're going to do this for a couple rounds before we make our way to the next pose. From there, we're going to make our way to a first downward facing dog. And then once we are in our downward facing dog, after pelling the dog for a couple of breaths, we are going to make our way to the front of the mat into our first standing forward bend. And then we're going to transition over to a mountain pose. And from there, we're going to start another sequence where we first put one of our legs back into a lunge. Within this lunge, we're going to make our way into Warrior One pose, and then Warrior Two. And then we're going to alternate between Warrior One and Warrior Two before we then make our next pose. After we do this sequence of the warrior one, warrior two, we then are going to then straighten our leg into a triangle pose. And then from there, we're going to step our leg back to the other leg to get back to that standing forward bend into a mountain pose. And then we're going to do the same sequence on the opposite side. After we have completed this sequence and we're back in our standing forward bend, we then are going to make our way to a plank pose. And then from the plank pose, we're going to do kind of like a variation between vinyasa or it's kind of like a lighter version of vinyasa, but we're added an extended child's pose into this a sequence where we go from kind of a cobra to child's pose. It's not quite looking the way it needs to look because of my cat was in the way, but again, yeah, that's what we got going on here. Once we get done with this sequence, we are going to make our way back to tabletop position. And then with the tabletop position, we're going to do this, of course, both sides. But we're going to start on one side where we kind of like put our arm up and then string it all the way through to the other side to stretch our shoulders. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side as well. After we do this, we then are going to either make our way to kneeling position, meditation pose, or Shavasana, aka corpse pose, to close the practice for today. Again, this was nice, quick, and easy. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you enjoyed this new audio. I did just get a new mic, so let me know how it sounds. Let me know what you think of the video. Hi, so that does conclude the practice for today, and this was Black Yogi with Nika Marie, Yoga for Living for the Moment, I believe is what it was called. And how I would rate it, I'm going to give it a solid 9. It wasn't over the top. It was actually very good. I know she called it Yoga for Living for the Moment, but I would kind of call it yoga for grounding, because I definitely felt grounded afterwards. Even though none of it, for grounding practices, typically you don't stand, I think, a lot of times. Usually you stay on the ground. But I had a similar feeling, like how I felt after the fact. I had a similar feeling, like I feel like I'm present. Because with grounding practices, a lot of times the purpose of that is to basically stay present, aka be in the moment. So this was the same kind of deal, but I liked it a little bit more because there were warrior poses involved. But it was definitely more of a chilled practice. I kind of figured it would be, just because grounding practices, or practices where you're trying to stay present, usually you're not doing the most, because you're trying to just wake your mind up to your body to be like, hey, we're here. So yeah, solid 9. I would definitely check out the video. Again, I'm filming this on November 12th, and this came out actually, I think November 10th, mid-November 10th. So, because it hasn't been quite 24 hours yet, but yeah, so I would just say, for those who want to check out this specific video on her channel, definitely check it out. I'm just going to put her link in the description, because again, I want you to continue to support Black Yogi Nika Marie, because when I feel like the way I feel about her, I feel like she's very underrated. Some of the other non-melanated YouTubers are getting a lot more shine than she is, and she is actually so consistent. She has so much material out there. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, I could just cater this channel to just her stuff, because she has so much content out there. She's very consistent. There was 1 month after she did that 30-day challenge, so that month in June recently, where she took a break. She was fine to take the break. She had so much stuff out there, it was like not really a big deal. She really only took like a month of a break. Considering that she's been doing her thing for years, I'm late to the chat, realizing how long she's been out there, but my algorithm wasn't providing that information. I had to like intentionally look for her. And that's kind of the other reason why I even have this channel, because I find that that's a thing. But anyway, definitely support her. I enjoyed it. You could tell I enjoy a lot of her stuff, because she is very, very good at what she does. She has a very soothing yoga voice. She makes it where you don't really have to like look at what she's doing. I still did a little bit, just because her style is still slightly her own, which is great and beautiful. And it keeps the yoga interesting, versus just doing your traditional sun salutations of it all. Because I feel like a lot of yoga instructors, just in general, not just YouTube yoga instructors, but a lot of them, that sun salutation is just the easiest thing to do, because it's so repetitive and so straight to the point. Anyway, I'm going to get going, because if you notice, I'm trying not to sneeze. But anyway, that does conclude the video. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. It's your girl Sharon, aka the Melanin Nostalgic Runner, and I will see you next time. Bye.